I have done something I can't believe that I've done. I haven't changed web hosts in over 7 years. It's been over a decade since I've hosted a website on anything other than a dedicated server that I've managed or managed cloud hosting, and I've changed web hosts. So I want to tell you about that. I don't normally talk about like hosting and all that stuff because there's so many great ways to host websites. I don't mean that I've got the only one, but it's blowing my mind. I've got to share it with you. But I also want to talk to you a little bit about tracking your leads so you can know where your leads come from. Have you ever had a situation where you wanted to offer your client a performance guarantee, or you wanted to say something, hey, let me send you your first 5 leads for free? How do you know if you did it? How do you track that? So I want to talk about those two things because the tracking of the inbound leads relates to this hosting thing. And I'm really excited about what I've discovered. So I want to share with you. So for the last 10 years, let's say for the last 7 years, I've had my double stack community, which is like my mentoring group where I only take in a small number of people every month. And we had this kind of one-on-one, almost mentoring community. But I also have a group coaching community called Blue Theory. Both of those communities have been in WordPress up until recently, where I had a WordPress website. I had Restrict Content Pro managing the payments and the paywall. And I had this members area of members content. Well, over the last year, I have moved for both of those communities, all the content into this platform called Circle. And it's really great in Circle because it's much more community oriented. Like we can message each other. There's posts and you can tag me in posts and we can work on stuff live. And we have videos, live Zoom calls, video conferences and stuff. So it's very community oriented. But the point is it's not in WordPress. It's over in Circle. So now I've just got these WordPress websites and they don't get a ton of traffic. It's maybe 10,000 page views per month is kind of like the high end of what's going on. And then some of my client sites, like for local businesses, they're only getting like 1,000 page views per month. So it's not heavy duty traffic. And I've been hearing people talk about SiteGround. And I've been brushing it off. I was like, well, I don't want to host my site on shared hosting. It's unreliable. How can anything be good that's so inexpensive? Because Flywheel is 10 times more expensive than SiteGround is for the account that I'm using. So if you go over to lee.blue/SiteGround, you'll see the exact hosting package that I have. That's an affiliate link, but this isn't a paid promotion other than the affiliate aspect of it. But that link will take you right to the type of hosting account that I've got, because SiteGround offers a variety of ways to host sites. There's shared hosting, there's cloud hosting, there's reseller hosting. Well, this link will take you directly to the package that I'm using. And it's the mid-tier managed WordPress shared hosting account. It's called Grow Big. And the first year is $60. It's like $5 a month, but you have to pay for the whole year up front. Comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I thought, well, I'll just try it out, for a couple of weeks, see what I think. And, it'll probably be terrible, or I probably won't like it. I'll just stick over at Flywheel. Well, I have moved 7 sites. Last night I moved moved 4. I had 3 before that. So I'm up to 7. I have like 25 sites over at Flywheel, and I've moved 7 over to SiteGround now. And I am blown away. So I ran some GT metrics tests between the two. And the bottom line is I cannot tell with my eyes which one is faster. Now, it turns out Flywheel's a little faster, but I can't tell. Like it's the difference is so negligible that with my eyes, like with my human experience, I can't tell because it's just a regular old website and it doesn't get a ton of traffic. And Flywheel is 10 times more expensive. So basically, I'm saving over $3,000 a year simply by hosting over on SiteGround inside of Flywheel. And that's a big enough number to get my attention. I feel like that's worth talking about. And it also some of this pertains to like tracking leads and stuff, which is actually really important to me because I run ads, my clients run ads, and I want to know where the leads are coming from. And over on Flywheel, they have this caching layer that's very robust. And the problem with it is they chop off all of the URL parameters before it reaches the PHP code side of your website. And so like Gravity Forms, I'm using Gravity Forms, Cadence Pro forms, like the advanced forms that come in that, and other things too, Happy Forms, a bunch of form plugins have this feature where you can pre-populate fields in a form with URL parameters. So what I'll do sometimes, in fact, most of the time, if somebody clicks a link, I'll put UTM parameters on the link so I can know exactly where the traffic is coming from. Is it like a YouTube organic video? Is it a Google ad? Is it a Facebook ad? Which ad is it? Where within the content is it? Is it an email that I sent? Which link in the email got clicked? Like I want to track all that stuff so I can see what's working. And you do that with UTM parameters. In fact, you know what I should do? I'm going to put together a whole video on how to track leads with UTM parameters. So that way you can tell where the traffic is coming from and be able to tell people, hey, I'm going to send you your first 5 leads for free, or if there's a performance guarantee or something like that. So you can show your clients which leads you are responsible for generating for them. But it's probably more involved than I want to get into right this second. So before you leave, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the UTM thing, because that's a really big deal for even like pricing your work and stuff. So subscribe for that. But the point that I'm trying to make right now is I had to write custom JavaScript code to take the UTM parameters out of the URL and put them as hidden field values in these forms. So when people submit the contact form, I can tell where the lead came from. So over on SiteGround, that's not a problem. It just works. In fact, I was so surprised that I actually submitted a support ticket to Cadence, because I'm using Cadence as my page builder and everything for this website. And I said, hey, over on Flywheel, I can't get this to work, but on SiteGround, it works great. What's the deal? And they confirmed that they couldn't get it to work on Flywheel either. I gave them an account to try it out. And I think it has something to do with the caching layer. It may have been the case that if I had submitted a support ticket to Flywheel, they could have fixed it. I feel probably pretty confident that they could, but by default, it works right out of the box on SiteGround. And I like that because I spin up a lot of websites for people, and I don't want to have to be constantly submitting support tickets for a feature that I use all the time. But I was so happy with all the other aspects of Flywheel that I had never really shopped around because of what seemed to be a relatively trivial problem, which is not a problem over on SiteGround. Plus, SiteGround had all these other features that I really like too. I like the PHP My Admin thing that they've got going on, so you can manage the database directly, which I like better than the database manager over on Flywheel. SiteGround has nightly backups, which I wasn't familiar with shared hosting for WordPress sites. Like usually I had to be responsible for the backups. Like I was using Backup Buddy and flinging backup archives to my Google Drive account and stuff. And it's like, that was kind of a pain in the butt. Well, now that problem is solved. SiteGround takes care of it. They've got all kinds of FTP stuff, accounts, like if you wanted to like put individual files, like sometimes I'll like upload ebooks or something like that I don't want to push through the WordPress Media Manager, and I just want to FTP a file up or something like that. That's baked in. There's a ton of stuff that just features that are. Here's another one that's kind of like a nerdy one that I just couldn't believe that I saw all this stuff on SiteGround, which was cron jobs. So I actually signed up and have a dedicated account to run cron jobs for my sites that I had on Flywheel. Because one of the things that I'll do is when somebody registers for a webinar or something like that, I've written a custom plugin for myself to remind people not to miss the webinar. And so it'll send reminders as it's getting closer and closer to the time of the event. And I use cron jobs to trigger those emails, but I had to sign up for a separate service for that, even though I'm paying 10 times more on Flywheel. On SiteGround, it's sitting right there. So I was just blown away by that. So I just wanted to share. I cannot believe that I'm hosting my websites on shared hosting at SiteGround. In fact, here's the thing that really pushed me over the edge. So a bunch of people from like the double stackers that I'm working with, hey, go check out SiteGround. We host our sites there. We've been doing it for years. We love it. Then I saw a Facebook ad. So of course, since I visited the SiteGround website, now Facebook is showing me all the SiteGround ads and everything. And I noticed there's like 100 comments, like a lot of comments on one of these ads. So I was like, what are people saying about this ad? So I clicked it, and everybody's like, I love hosting at SiteGround. It's so reliable. The support is fantastic. I love it. It's like, who does it? Like, where do you see stuff like that? And so then I went over to Trustpilot and read a bunch of reviews, and everybody seems to really like, they're like, what is like a 92 or 95 or 98, but like some huge number of people really like hosting over at SiteGround. So I signed up for an account and I got it, and I love it. I've been using it now for 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't have a ton of time behind it. But based on all the reviews and people leaving all these comments on their Facebook ads and the double stackers that I'm working with using it, and then finding all these advanced features that are not available, or at least if they are available, they don't work the same way as they do on Flywheel. They're better on SiteGround, and it's like even after the first year, it's only $29 per month for that middle account. The first year you get for $60. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So like, I just couldn't believe it. I cannot believe that I am hosting all of my sites over there, and I can't tell, and I like it better. I genuinely like the features better, and I can't tell with my eyes a performance difference. I'm super excited about it. So here's the big thing. I got 3 main takeaways for all of this stuff. The 3 takeaways are, don't forget to subscribe, because I think I'm going to do a video next about UTM parameters, so you can actually track where your leads are coming from. So you can do performance guarantees and say, hey, I'm going to, what if I send you your first 5 leads for free? Just be able to tell your clients, I'm responsible for generating these leads for you. And I want to show you a couple of different ways that I track that using UTM parameters and hidden fields and forms and how to set up your web analytics for all that stuff. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss that one. The second thing is go to lee.blue/SiteGround, and I'll put a link in the description for that, and check out this hosting package that I'm using. Try signing up for it. You get a 30-day risk-free kind of money-back guarantee. So if you're thinking about shifting from one web host to another, or you want to save to over $3,000 compared to what it would be like on Flywheel, check that out. And then the third thing is, now that we've got this hosting situation squared away, and maybe you want to track some leads for your clients, do you ever have a situation where your clients kind of nitpick the individual features of your proposal? Like, hey, how much does it cost to manage that Google profile? How much is it costing to do this thing? And can I line item veto some of this stuff? Well, check out this next video and discover how to respond to your clients without lowering your value. It's going to be awesome. Check it out right there, and I'll see you in just a minute.